right, welcome everyone to our special council meeting here. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I will open up our resolution to begin the meeting. We have, before I do, Councillor Link from Ward 1 in attendance, Councillor Bussetti from Ward 2. Councillor Kleiber's not able to attend today and sends her regrets. Councillor Prairie from Ward 4, and our CAO Brent Alnick, and RM of West St. Paul, MLO, Ms. Shaw is with us as well. I will read the resolution to call the meeting to order. Be it resolved that the meeting be called to order and that the agenda for the meeting be adopted as circulated. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Bussetti, seconded Councillor Prairie. Any discussion? Go ahead, Councillor Link.
Of course, I will vote to accept this agenda as seen on the RM website and on AllNet agenda for councillors, but this does not indicate approval of any information added to the agenda following the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Link. I respect your comments, but none of that is in the resolution that we can add things after the meeting anyway. You're free to continue saying it, but it's not something that we do. Having had discussion, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Our first item, 3.1, Prairie View Municipality Medical First Response Program. Everybody's had an opportunity to look at this. Mr. CO, is there anything that you're wanting to add? All the information is attached.
Lady may have.
Ms. Shaw, anything that you're wanting to add to the information that we've been provided?
Thank you. No, nothing to add. There's a letter with attached resolutions from Prairie View Municipality, and it's been asked to be supported by our fire chief.
Thank you. And just to let everybody know, this was an issue discussed at AMM as well, and an issue that I've discussed with our MLA, our fire chief, as well as the executive director of AMM that we've discussed as well. I'll read the resolution. Whereas the province of Manitoba has made decisions resulting in consolidation and closure of small ambulance services in recent years that has lengthened emergency response time on scene in excess of 30 minutes or longer in many rural areas of Manitoba. And whereas rural municipalities must make annual application to the province of Manitoba for a license to operate a land emergency medical response system known as Medical First Response. And whereas medical first response members who are volunteers trained to provide vital, potentially life-saving service, different than emergency medical services, can respond and arrive on scene to a 911 call within a short time frame, typically 10 to 15 minutes. And whereas the College of Paramedics of Manitoba, CPMB, is proposing a change in the level of training hours required for medical first response members to achieve certification from the current 120 hours to 360 hours, which rural fire departments fear would make it more difficult to retain and recruit volunteer members. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the province of Manitoba and the CPMB establish a secondary membership certification system for the volunteer medical first response program, keeping the training hours for certification at the current 120 hours, thus recognizing that medical first response is not an emergency medical system. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Bussetti, seconded Councillor Prairie. Any discussion on the resolution? Hearing and seeing none. I will request a recorded vote on this. My only comments on this is endorsed by our fire chief, something that we've discussed in detail. We're wanting to make sure that our firefighters have the hours that they need to provide immediate medical response when they're arriving on scene, but not so many hours that it's cumbersome and makes it so that we can't retain firemen in our volunteer fire department programs. I'm supportive of the resolution. I've requested a recorded vote. Seeing no further discussion, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Thank you. Our next item is 3.3, Medical First Response Program, Fees and Liability Insurance. Just double checking here. Whereas the college, sorry, I've got two, sorry, Lainey, I've got two resolutions here.
That is correct, Madam Mayor, two resolutions.
Thank you. Whereas the College of Paramedics of Manitoba, CPMB, regulate the membership fees and member liability insurance coverage, and whereas the CPMB have increased the membership fees and liability insurance coverage for medical first response members, and whereas the change in membership fees, liability insurance coverage, and training requirements will result in rising costs for rural municipalities who cover the costs of medical first response members, as well as an increased tax burden for taxpayers. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the province of Manitoba and the CPMB establish a secondary membership classification system for the volunteer medical first response program with a corresponding membership fee that recognizes this category of paramedics as a voluntary group. And further, be it resolved that the province of Manitoba and the CPMB accept the AMM Municipal Insurance Program as its liability coverage as sufficient coverage for the volunteer medical first response members. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Busetti, seconded Councillor Link. Any discussion on this resolution? I will request a recorded vote, and hearing and seeing no further discussion, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Thank you. Item 4.1 is a COVID-19 update. Mr. CAO, I will turn that over to you.
I just want to give an update to council that as the COVID-19 is evolving with Omicron and that, today at the Sonova Center, we continue to have our programs for kids with physical spacing, masks, checking for different things at the door. So that is continued. There's 12 kids enrolled today, but we are at a point where at our admin building that we will be closing to the public again, just until we get past this point of the speedy, contagious Omicron. So we are continuing, but you could see as we move along and how things change, sometimes dramatically and instantly, that we have the safety of our staff in mind at all time in West St. Paul. And next week we start that if you aren't fully vaccinated and you're a staff member, that you will be required to take a rapid test to come to work.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. Any questions, follow up? Thank you for the update. Okay, item 4.2, appointment of signing officers. I will read the resolution. Be it resolved that
Madam Mayor?
Madam Mayor? Yes, sorry, Ms. Shaw, go ahead.
I believe that you were going to move in camera prior to this resolution.
Yes, thank you for the reminder. We're going to move in camera and discuss committee appointments before we approve and vote on signing officers. Thank you, Ms. Shaw. Item 5.1, resolution to move in camera. Be it resolved that in accordance with section 152.3 of the Municipal Act, council do now move in camera to discuss personnel and legal matters. And be it further resolved that in accordance with section 83.1D of the Municipal Act, any issues that are discussed are kept confidential until discussed at a regular meeting of council. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Busetti, seconded Councillor Prairie. Any discussion? Go ahead, Councillor Link.
I'm looking at the agenda that was posted on the website, and it says 4.2 comes after 4.1, which was the COVID-19 update. And then it was 4.2, appointment of signing officers. And then it was 5, in camera. Did this agenda get changed prior to this meeting? And I haven't seen the changed agenda?
No, the agenda is exactly the same. As per the procedural bylaw, the mayor and chair of the meeting is able to alter the order of the agenda. And so I'm going down to 5.1 before 4.2.
Oh, so you're skipping 4.2. Okay.
No, I'm coming back to 4.2.
Later on. All right, now I understand. Thank you for your clarification. Appreciated.
You're welcome. I have read the resolution to go in camera. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Thank you. We will be going into camera. right, thank you. We are back from in camera. We have discussed a number of items. Item 5.31, we have a resolution regarding appointment to council committees. I will read the resolution.
Recorded vote, please.
Request for a recorded vote. Be it resolved that the Council of the Rural Municipality of West St. Paul approve appointments to committees as follows, and the committee appointments are listed. And further, that attendance of the meetings at said committees be approved for the year 2022. And further, that the mayor be the ex officio member and has the right to attend, vote, and participate in any of the membership and standing committees. And further, be it resolved that the deputy mayor and acting deputy mayor be authorized to attend any meeting or event in the absence of the mayor. And please note attendance of alternates is permitted only when designated persons cannot attend. Council appointments in the above committees is for membership only. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Prairie, seconded Councillor Brussetti. Any further discussion? I'd go back into camera. Hearing and seeing none, I have a request for a recorded vote, and I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Thank you. We also discussed 5.3.2 legal counsel member issue. And I will take us back up to 4.2, appointment of signing officers. Be it resolved that the Council of the Municipality of West St. Paul appoint the signing authority for the following. 1, General Accountant checks, Mayor Christian, Deputy Mayor Stan Prairie, or Acting Deputy Mayor Giorgio Bussetti, and Chief Administrative Officer Brent Olnick, or Municipal Legislative Officer Lainey Shaw. 2, payroll disbursements, any two of the following, Mayor Cheryl Christian, Deputy Mayor Stan Prairie, or Acting Deputy Mayor Giorgio Bussetti, and Chief Administrative Officer Brent Olnick, or Municipal Legislative Officer Lainey Shaw. 3, contract documents and agreements, Mayor Cheryl Christian, Deputy Mayor Stan Prairie, or Acting Deputy Mayor Giorgio Bussetti, and Chief Administrative Officer Brent Olnick, or Municipal Legislative Officer Lainey Shaw, or Director of Finance Crystal Shahada. The responsibilities of signing authorities for the Chief Administrative Officer, Municipal Legislative Officer, Director of Finance are set out in section Schedule B below. 4, the department heads or his/her designate be and hereby authorized for, on and behalf of the RM of West St. Paul, to sign departmental agreements, provided those agreements have already been approved in the budget process. Such agreements would include, but not limited to, facility rentals, service agreements, and equipment maintenance agreements. The entering of such agreements shall be reported to the Chief Administrative Officer through the monthly CAO report. The department head or his or her designate shall not have the authority to exceed his or her spending authority as outlined in the municipal tender and procurement policy. All agreements exceeding said spending authority shall require the approval of council. 5, that the Sonova Credit Union is the financial institution for the year 2022. Schedule B is listed. The Chief Administrative Officer shall be the responsible signing authority for all agreements, contracts, bylaws, and administrative duties related to council minutes, bylaws, not non-financial, committee minute reports, board of revision, elections, oaths and disclosures, resolutions, correspondence, policies and procedures, litigation, legal issues, workplace safety and health, easements, development agreements, planning, bylaw enforcement, sale of municipal properties, legislative, financial, finance, property management, council, reimbursement, conflict of interest, disclosure, etc. The municipal legislative officer shall be the responsible signing authority for all agreements, contracts, and bylaws related to advertising, licensing, permits, lease, financial agreement, contracts, sale of municipal properties, finance, legislative, corporate services, payroll records, employment files, grievances, personal records, employment programs. The Director of Finance shall be the responsible signing authority for all agreements, contracts, and bylaws related to accounts payable, receivable, purchase orders, receipts, invoice, municipal utility accounts, banking reports, annual budget preparation, reporting, financial statements, ledgers, journals, debentures, investments, loans, taxation and assessment, tax sales, titles, registered plans, subdivision plans, Winnipeg Land Titles Office, Board of Revisions, cash disbursements, payroll, payroll remittance, EI, CPP taxes, other local improvements, insurance, financial policy development. And then there's a description there that as part of remain on signing authority listed their name and position as per the resolution read. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Prague, seconded by Councillor Busetti. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I will request a recorded vote. And I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Thank you. Those are all of the items on our agenda for today. Thank you very much. Important items for us to get addressed by year end. So I appreciate everybody making yourselves available to attend today. Thank you. I will read the resolution to adjourn. Be it resolved that this meeting of council be adjourned. Moved by Councillor Busetti, seconded Councillor Prague. All those in favor? Opposed, and that is carried. Thank you. Happy New Year to all, and we will see you in the new year. Stay safe.